Hello viewers, this is your host Sushil with my next video for you. In this video, we are going to learn how to link and hyperlink various objects and various sites in a PowerPoint presentation. So basically, let me tell you a fact that none of the websites are without link in this world. So the website itself says a site on web which has got a link. So what is the difference between link and hyperlink? Friends, there is not much difference in link and hyperlink. A link basically provides link between various pages in the same file. Like as you see here on the screen, I have linked this object of arrow to summary page in the same file, and when I click the definition object here, which is again linked to the definition page. So this is what the first example is. Various pages in the same file are linked so that one can navigate from one page to another in the same file. Well, there are other files and folders at various locations on the computer, server or cloud which can be linked. We'll go through this example in one of the next slides. And last but not least, various websites are linked through their URL. Fine. What's the difference between link and hyperlink then? Well, hyperlink is nothing else but it connects various domains on the website through the www, that is World Wide Website. Internal hyperlinks are the links which connect between various web pages on the same website, whereas the external ones connect between various web pages in different websites and between various different websites themselves. Now let me tell you, the links and the hyperlinks are accessed through graphic user interface. So what is it? So on the screen, if you see, when I hover the mouse over the hyperlinked portion or the object here, the arrow of my mouse cursor changes into a hand with a finger there, and when I click it, it goes to the site or the link where it has been linked. When I say to summary, it goes back here, and that is basically a graphic user interface. So graphic user interface can be what you are seeing on the screen, or some kind of images, or some kind of objects, icons, etc. So links and hyperlinks are provided through URL. That is what I said some time back. That is nothing else but Uniform Resource Locator. URL is nothing else but the path of a said website or a said file on a location or said slide in the same presentation file. So what are the purposes of links and hyperlinks? Why do we use links and hyperlinks? There are basically four major ones which I would like you to walk through. So first of all, if you keep on writing or typing the paths of the websites and the locations of the files and folders which one wants to refer in a presentation, it will be a tedious job for the creator of the presentation. So these links and hyperlinks saves the creator of all this pain, wherein he can, instead of typing the long paths, can easily link or hyperlink the files, folders and sites. Next thing is, it helps to navigate through slides, files, folders and sites with ease. So just as you saw, when I clicked it onto the arrow, I straightaway went to the destined slide in this file. Same way, one can go to the folders, sites, etc. etc. Now, every time the linked file, folders and sites are revised, if the links are properly maintained, then by default the presentation file will open the latest updated version of the linked files. I will give a demo subsequently. But well, please take this word of caution very seriously, that none of the links should be broken anytime. If the links are broken, then the hyperlink won't work. Last but not the least, the most important benefit is downsizing of the presentation file. In the next slide, I'll give you a demo of how downsizing can be done. One of my previous videos which I had prepared on downsizing of the presentation, I had explained this there also. So you can also visit that video and see how downsizing of the presentation can be done. Now friends, as I already explained you, the links can be created to text. If you see here, view the YouTube page, and whenever the hyperlink is created, if it is not clicked or not hovered, or earlier it has not been opened, then the color by default of the hyperlinks will be blue, and if at all it has been opened in time, it will convert into magenta color. Now if you see the complete text, view the YouTube page on slide 2. The complete text is not linked here. I only linked the portion which you see as underlined. and if I hover onto it, you will be able to see the graphic user interface has appeared here on this portion, and it goes away on this portion where there is no link. So when I click it, I go to slide number 2, wherein the hyperlinks are created. The YouTube website is here. If I click here, I can go back to slide number 1. So when someone reads here, view the YouTube page on slide 2, that person can click it, go to the slide number 2, and with the internet on, one can click onto the hyperlink and go directly to the youtube.com page on the internet. Here it is. So as I explained you, one can go into presentation mode and start clicking onto the hyperlinks to reach various locations. Now, as I said, what was URL? It is here in front of you, https www.youtube.com. So www stands for World Wide Website and HTTPS stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Friends, try to use HTTPS sites because they are more securely encrypted. You can also link to HTTP sites also. I go back to slide number 1, wherein we had learned how to link a text. The next one you see here is an icon, and on this you see, when I hover over, you see on C drive of my machine there is some zip file and it has been hyperlinked to this. So when I click onto it, by default the zip file opens up, right? So this is how you can link various files to text, which is shown here, to icons, which is shown here. A video over here is embedded. This is not link, this is embedded video. And here there is a picture or object which has been linked to C users social or blah 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 to the location to the MP4 file. So I'll run you through this presentation and explain you how the hyperlinks were created. So friends, before that, I'll just play this video. Hello viewers, this is Sushil here at my new video here. This is one of my earlier videos which you must have already seen it, and this is embedded here. So I can toggle between on and off of the video here and switch on the audio as my requirement. Fine. So this is the video what I have shown here, and this is the picture or object to which the same video is linked. Fine. So friends, I will walk you through the difference between these two things so that you'll understand the importance of that. So you see something here that is email, and that is also linked. Now there are many presentations or seminars where say the bank authorities want people to register onto their site and write them email for registration, and so by providing this email hyperlink to the email address, one can make the life easy of the audience. So one can choose the possible means of creating an email and then write the email. Fine. So this is how email can be linked. Now I go to the next slide. We already saw the YouTube website can be opened. This is the URL of that. Now if you see, there is some YouTube google.com, and the URL, if you read out through, is quite long and it's not practically possible for human mind to memorize it. So when one clicks onto this, so the first one what we saw, YouTube website, was an external link which linked to a website. Now when I click onto this goes to a hyperlink wherein one can log in to the YouTube. So this is a web page inside the YouTube, right? So this is an internal hyperlink. Now what is the external hyperlink? Here it is. So external hyperlink, when you click it, now I have taken a example of xe.com site wherein the rates of the currencies for transactions are displayed. Here it opens, and here we see that 1 GBP is 102.64 INR. Fine. So this is an external website. If I go back to my presentation and click onto the internal hyperlink, now it says www.xe.com send-money. So when I click it, it is nothing else but the internal web page. If I click onto this, the same page opens up. So friends, this is how the external hyperlink and the internal hyperlink can be used in a presentation. Okay. Now I'll just escape out of this presentation mode and explain you a few things before we go on to the next thing. So if I go to the File Explorer and check the presentation size here, creating link and hyperlink in PowerPoint presentation, it is approximately, not approximately, it's 148 MB. It's quite heavyweight file. So now if I go back to the presentation and if I check, this is the main contributor, the culprit, the MP4 file which I embedded is very huge in size. So if I delete this embedded file and then say save this file and I go and check the size now, you can easily make out the size has now reduced to 239 KB. Okay, and whereas the MP4 file here was 148 MB. So basically I wanted to emphasize to you that embedding video file is never recommended. Always hyperlink or link the MP4 files into your PowerPoint presentations. As I already told you, if the links are broken, then it will not work. So basically, if I go into the presentation mode and check for this, it has got a link with the animated humor file.zip on my C drive. So if I click, it runs very well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to that location and renaming that file, say animated humor file. I add some text here, say today. Now, as you notice, the file name has changed, and as a result, when I go into the presentation mode and click onto this icon, you see the link is still with animated humor file and that file is missing now. So cannot open the specified file. That is what I brought to your notice earlier, that whenever you're linking a file, never ever rename them or change their locations. If the locations are changed, even then the file links will be broken. Going to the next page here, links and hyperlinks can be created to web page or existing file and folder, work page in current file, email address, create a new document, and that document can be edited right away or later. And as I already demonstrated to you, link can be created to a text, a picture, an object, or a shape, or an icon, or an email address. This already I have demonstrated. Just as an example, I will go onto these links. I will right click onto it. When I say hyperlink, the box opens up, which I already embedded here that image in the slide. So if you see your existing file or web page, in the current folder, I can choose the files which are available there. If I decide to choose some other browse page, I can click onto this, or if at all I want to go to some other location, I can click onto the folder location through Explorer and choose the correct folder location and the file within it. Okay, so these are the browse pages which I can also hyperlink from the existing file or from the web page. So if you click here, it gives the browsing of the web, and here for the explorer or the file. Now this is the text to display. So if I change this text, say trial, now this is a screen tip which will appear on the screen. So for example, I'm going to say link to say thumbnail downsize JPG. So I'm going to say OK, and once it is linked, you can see the text here has changed to trial. So this is how the screen tip can be changed and adjusted. Now if I go back and I say remove link, the link will be removed. Again I go to that text, I say hyperlink, I can choose from the browse page or the recent files which I have opened. So this is how to the files and a location from the document can be linked. So this is the second option, when the location from the current file can be document can be used. So this document can be Excel, a PowerPoint, or whatever it is. One can also create a new document, and here one has the option to name the document, choose the path where it has to be saved, and either to edit the new document later or right away. So one can create a new document right away by using this option. The last option here is creating an email link, and here it is. So email address is here, and I can type the email address here. I can put in the subject so that whenever the sender send the email to this address, By seeing the subject, the recipient can sort or filter the emails. This is how one can use links and hyperlinks in PowerPoint presentation. As I already brought to your notice, never embed huge size files into the PowerPoint presentation. Try to use links and hyperlinks as much as possible so that the file size will always remain the optimum or the least. So friends, I hope this short video which I have brought to you to understand the links and the hyperlinks in PowerPoint presentation has been informative and useful to you. I expect you to use it in your daily work either on personal level or official level. Please let me know your likes on the YouTube channel. Please share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be back again with my new video soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.